Welcome to Forgotten History, where the past comes alive through stories that often go untold. In today's episode, we bring you a tale of unmatched courage and resilience. Meet Audie Murphy, a man who rose from the dusty fields of Texas to become one of the most decorated soldiers of World War II. While his name is legendary, there is a lesser-known chapter of his heroism that deserves its place in history: the defense of a small French village against overwhelming German forces. This forgotten siege is a story of bravery, leadership, and survival against all odds. It's more than just a tale of war. It's a glimpse into the human spirit and the sacrifices made for freedom. Stay with us as we uncover the details of this remarkable event. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more hidden gems from history. Let's dive in. As the winter of 1945 tightened its grip on Europe, the Allied forces pushed ever closer to victory. Yet, the war was far from over. In the contested regions of northeastern France, a small village, unnamed in many official reports to protect its inhabitants, became a critical flashpoint. Nestled near the German border, this village held immense strategic value. Its location served as a vital crossroads for supply lines and communication routes essential for the Allies' advance into German territory. The German forces, although weakened, were regrouping for a counteroffensive. Their goal was clear: reclaim the village and disrupt the Allied momentum. For the Allies, holding this position was not just a matter of pride, but of survival. The surrounding terrain, marked by dense forests and rolling hills, offered natural cover for the enemy and made defense a logistical nightmare. Any breach in the Allied line here could have catastrophic consequences, delaying the final push into Germany and prolonging the war. Audie Murphy and his unit were among those tasked with defending this precarious position. As the enemy drew nearer, the air grew heavy with tension. Soldiers worked tirelessly to fortify their defenses, knowing that failure was not an option. The stakes were impossibly high. To hold the line here was to safeguard the broader mission of liberating Europe from Nazi control. It was in this unforgiving setting that Murphy would face one of the greatest challenges of his military career, one that would test not only his tactical genius, but his indomitable spirit. In the early hours of a bitter January morning, the stillness of the French village was shattered by the thunder of German artillery. Explosions lit up the pre-dawn darkness, sending debris and snow cascading through the air. The German forces, relentless and heavily equipped, advanced with chilling precision, their tanks rumbling through the surrounding forests and their infantry fanning out to encircle the village. For Audie Murphy and his men, this was the moment they had been preparing for, yet nothing could fully brace them for the storm about to unfold. As chaos erupted, Murphy's leadership shone like a beacon. He quickly assessed the situation, barking orders to his men and ensuring defensive positions were manned. With resources already stretched thin, they relied on ingenuity to strengthen their makeshift barricades, repurposing rubble and debris from bombed-out buildings. Under Murphy's command, every soldier knew their role, and despite the relentless bombardment, a sense of purpose and unity prevailed. The conditions were harrowing. The bitter cold seeped into their bones, and supplies of ammunition and rations were critically low. Morale wavered as waves of German troops pressed forward, their numbers seemingly endless. Yet Murphy's resolve never faltered. Standing firm in the face of overwhelming odds, he inspired his men to hold their ground, often placing himself in the line of fire to lead by example. The soldiers' camaraderie and determination turned despair into defiance as they fought to protect the village, knowing that surrender would mean not only their defeat, but the loss of countless lives depending on their success. As the battle raged on, the odds stacked ever higher against Murphy and his men. Yet, it was here, amidst the chaos, that Murphy's tactical genius came to the forefront. Utilizing the village's terrain to its fullest potential, he identified choke points and natural barriers that could slow the German advance. Directing his men to key defensive positions, he orchestrated a coordinated effort to maximize their limited resources. But it was during a critical moment in the battle that Murphy's audacity and courage became legend. As German forces pressed hard against their defenses, a a tank destroyer near Murphy's position was hit, engulfed in flames. Most would have seen it as a death trap, but Murphy saw an opportunity. Climbing aboard the burning vehicle, he took control of its .50 caliber machine gun. From this precarious perch, he unleashed a relentless hail of bullets on the advancing enemy, single-handedly holding them back for over an hour. Under relentless fire, and with German forces attempting to flank his position, Murphy's resolve never wavered. His precise aim and unyielding determination decimated enemy lines, forcing them to retreat. Witnessing his bravery, his men were galvanized, finding renewed strength to continue the fight. Murphy's actions not only turned the tide of the battle, etched his name into the annals of heroism. It was a moment that would be immortalized in history, a testament to the power of courage in the face of insurmountable odds. Though the siege was won and Audie Murphy emerged as a hero, the battle left scars that could not be seen. Reflecting on the chaos and bloodshed, Murphy often spoke of his actions as a duty rather than an act of heroism. "I just did what had to be done," he would say, downplaying the courage that others so readily praised. For Murphy, the memories of the siege were etched into his soul. The faces of fallen comrades, the deafening roar of artillery, and the weight of responsibility that never truly lifted. The emotional and physical toll of war shadowed Murphy long after the guns fell silent. Returning home, he struggled to reintegrate into civilian life. Nightmares of the battlefield haunted his sleep, and the sounds of distant thunder or sudden movements could pull him back into the trenches. Diagnosed with what we now understand as PTSD, Murphy's life became a battle of a different kind. Yet, even in his struggles, he sought to use his voice to bring awareness to the plight of returning soldiers. Murphy's experience during the siege was a defining moment, not only in his military career, but in his life. It taught him the value of resilience, the burden of leadership, and the profound cost of war. Through his advocacy, writings, and later his work in Hollywood, Murphy transformed his pain into a message of hope for others. His legacy is not only one of bravery, but of humanity, a reminder that even the greatest heroes are still human. Despite the incredible valor displayed by Audie Murphy during the siege, this chapter of his life remains largely overshadowed by his more celebrated exploits, such as the legendary stand at the Colmar Pocket. The Colmar Pocket became a defining moment for Murphy's legacy due to its scale and visibility in media coverage, while the siege of the French village faded into the background of historical accounts. The media's focus often gravitates toward events with larger narratives, leaving smaller, yet equally significant moments to languish in obscurity. The chaotic nature of war and the sheer number of battles fought during World War II also contribute to this phenomenon. Historians and journalists, constrained by time and space, tend to prioritize stories that resonate broadly, inadvertently diminishing the significance of lesser-known but equally heroic deeds. Efforts to preserve stories like the siege are often left to local historians, veteran organizations, and dedicated individuals who recognize their importance. Through oral histories, personal memoirs, and community memorials, the details of these events endure, even if they lack the spotlight. Murphy himself, through his writings and advocacy, made an effort to acknowledge the countless unsung heroes who shared the burden of war. Today, as we strive to preserve these narratives, digital platforms and new media have become powerful tools in ensuring these stories reach future generations. By revisiting these overlooked moments, we honor not just the heroism of individuals like Audie Murphy, but also the collective sacrifices of soldiers whose names may never appear in history books. It's a reminder that history is not just about grand battles, but about the courage and humanity displayed in every corner of the conflict. The siege of the French village became a cornerstone of Audie Murphy's remarkable legacy. While it may not have gained the notoriety of larger battles, it exemplified the courage and leadership that defined his military career. His actions during those harrowing hours earned him not only the Medal of Honor, but also the respect and admiration of his peers and the nation. Murphy's ability to inspire others under impossible odds solidified his place as one of the most decorated soldiers in American history. After the war, Murphy's commitment to his fellow soldiers continued. He became a vocal advocate for veterans, particularly those grappling with the invisible wounds of war. Drawing from his own struggles with post-traumatic stress disorder, he sought to bring attention to the challenges faced by returning servicemen and women. Murphy's honesty about his experiences helped to destigmatize mental health issues and encouraged countless others to seek support. The legacy of the siege is not just about one man's heroism. It's a testament to the broader sacrifices made by soldiers during World War II. Men and women who, like Murphy, faced unthinkable hardships and made profound sacrifices to protect freedom. The story of the siege reminds us that heroism often happens in the shadows, in battles that may never make the headlines, but are no less significant. Today, Audie Murphy's legacy endures not only through his military achievements, but also through his work as an advocate and his efforts to preserve the stories of those who fought alongside him. His life stands as a beacon of resilience, courage, and the enduring human spirit. As we reflect on the siege, we honor not only Murphy, but all those whose sacrifices shaped the course of history. Audie Murphy's life and the siege that defined it remain a powerful reminder of the courage and sacrifice that shaped the course of history. In a small French village, surrounded by overwhelming odds, Murphy's actions turned the tide of battle and showcased the indomitable spirit of those who fought in World War II. His story is one of resilience, leadership, and an unwavering sense of duty. The siege was more than a moment of heroism. It was a defining chapter in Murphy's journey and a testament to the sacrifices made by countless soldiers whose names may never be known. Through his military achievements, his post-war advocacy for veterans, and his efforts to raise awareness about mental health, Murphy's legacy continues to inspire generations. From the rubble of war to the halls of history, Murphy's story challenges us to honor the sacrifices of the past and to carry forward the lessons of courage, humanity, and hope. As we conclude this tale of bravery and determination, let us not forget the cost of freedom and the resilience of the human spirit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through history. If you enjoyed this story and want to uncover more hidden gems from the past, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Forgotten History. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a story. Together, let's keep these stories alive for future generations.